And we are live a couple seconds early. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to another weekly stream. Hi, Lisa, Scott, CNC, Emad, 3D, PUK, Carl's here, Jason, Alien, Thomas, I think I already said that. How's everybody doing? So today, we are going to be focusing on the Voron SwitchWire, which has gotten a lot of attention over the last couple months since we've been building it, and then it got damaged. And hey, what's up, CJ? And so over the last 2 weeks here, we did a stream where we were able to see what the issue was with the main board, which was that the X stepper motor driver was completely destroyed. And so at Murph, G-Funny hooked me up with a SKR E3 turbo, and I actually swapped this in momentarily, but because the pinouts are completely different, I ended up getting, I'm gonna use that for a different project that I have coming up. That's why, god damn it. Yeah, I swapped out the turbo for just another SKR Mini. That way the config file that I'd already gotten basically dialed in and working correctly was able to be flashed or applied for the Klipper firmware. And then the other main issue was that the front doors had shattered in the move and the top was damaged. So I reprinted every single enclosure panel piece, and I replaced all of the acrylic. So it's done. It's basically back to where it was pre-damage, with the only difference being that the wiring down below looks absolutely terrible. I just took, like, the wiring looked pretty good before. I took everything out, swapped in the new board, just plugged everything in quickly to make sure that everything else was working on it, which it seems like it is. So I need to do some wiring, cleanup on the wiring, but we're going to be installing a mod on the SwitchWire today, or at least attempting to. I'm sure I'm going to need help, especially DJ Natty, I know, knows quite a bit about Klipper, and G-Funny's in chat, which is great because I'm sure I'm gonna need some help. Basically, the inductive probe that is included with this, it might have been the way I installed it. It might be just the luck of the draw with the one that came in the kit compared to how other ones go, but like the mesh that it was generating was very inconsistent. And on like the Voron 0.1 typically is manual bed leveling, and then on the other Vorons, if I'm not mistaken, they're primarily gantry tramming, so I don't think they need nearly as much mesh correction, while this, because it's a bed slinger, it needs a really accurate mesh, and I was just not getting very consistent mesh. So we're going with a Klicky style probe, but a slightly different version of it, and I'm going to show you guys that in a bit. But the process is, here's my, put together a little checklist for the day. Let me see here. It's not very detailed. Let's see. Okay, can I make this larger so that way anyone can see it? There we go. Okay, so this is desktop. All right, this is goal for the day. Number one is we need to remove the enclosure so that way I can have cleaner access to the back of the extrusions, and wiring will be easier, and routing things, which makes me sad because I just installed the enclosure, but I think it will be pretty easy to take it apart. I am pretty sure if I undo all the bolts on the side, it will just lift right off, but we'll find out momentarily. Then I need to, so the X carriage, I've noticed that when it homes, or when it goes to the far left side, there's actually 1 or 2 extra links where it's bumping into the belt. So we need to remove 1 or 2 cable chain links. Then we need to install a Z limit switch, so that way when the printer homes, it will hit that limit switch and know that it's homed, and it'll be able to then grab the Klicky Probe. So we need to configure that, physically install it, configure it in Klipper. Then we need to install the magnets and servo physically, and then configure in Klipper, and then profit, of course. So it's only 8 steps, but I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of work. As far as Klipper and Voron goes, other than the the mutant from Wham Bam, which I did quite a bit of playing around with, most all of the Klipper machines I've ran, which have been like the V0.1s and now this, they're stock. So it's like some of the macro creation, there is a config file, or at least a macro that was created in the GitHub for this mod, but I have a feeling it's going to take some tweaking and it's going to be a little bit frustrating, but we'll do our best. That's all we can do. Klicky is better than Omron inductive. So with that being said, we are going to get started in a moment here. We are doing our weekly spool of Polymaker filament giveaway. So whether you're in the States, whether you're, doesn't matter, international shipping is free. We'll do that giveaway starting in an hour and a half. So it's 12 Pacific Standard Time. So at 1:30 PST, we'll open that up. There will be a form. And what else? For anybody, I think I've mentioned this a couple times, Lisa brought it to my attention, and then Alien brought it to my attention like a week or two ago, but the affiliate links for Polymaker haven't been working. For some reason, the way YouTube has it, after the question mark in the URL, it basically breaks the link. So anyone that had purchased through that was like trying to support the channel, it did not go into, it didn't get counted. And so I talked to Polymaker and have updated the links to be bit.ly links based off of also Alien's recommendation. Thank you. And so everything's working now with that. So if anyone does want to purchase Polymaker filament and support the channel, the links are now working correctly. So that is all. Does image cheaper work on the SwitchWire? Why would need its own sensor? Yes. So it does work on the SwitchWire and it does need its own sensor. I think when I ran it, if I remember correctly, I took the spring steel off and then I undid one of the bed mounting screws and bolted the ADXL to the bed. And then I also did one on the X carriage as well. But yeah, it does work. You have to run it twice, one for the bed and one for the actual tool header gantry itself. So looking at the actual mod itself, and then we'll get started on removing the enclosure here. Let's see. So, okay, desktop, you guys should be able to hopefully see this. Yes. So this was shared with me on stream probably a month ago. And the reason why this was cool is that the way the SwitchWire works, the hot end isn't able to get off of the bed. And so all of the existing physical switch Klicky mods, which I think there was only like one or two. I'm pretty sure it was like the Quick Draw might have been the name of the other one, or SideSwipe, maybe Quick Draw. You lost some of your build volume because of that. There wasn't a way to get the switch docked without eating into your build volume. And so this was shared with me, which I thought was super cool. And so there's two versions. We need to go down to the SwitchWire one. But basically, it works the same way as any of the Klickies would work, but the difference is there's a servo inside here. So the switch dock is able to move out, then be grabbed by the tool head, do its little leveling, then dock it again, and the servo closes the arm of the mount out of the way so you don't lose any build volume. And so, hey, Printer Prun, unless you run Bedslinger Edition. Oh, that's right. Yeah, G-Funny's been working on some super cool, like simple, making it simpler to use ADXL kits. And I don't know, did you actually do a dual one yet? Or are you still working on the first version of that, G-Funny? Hey, what's up, Aaron? So yeah, so this is the one that I was like, great. I sourced all the parts for this before the condo flood or caved in and we had to move. So I have all the parts for this. And then this was shared with me today. And I had seen this, the creator of the Klicky, one of the guys testing this out had sent it to me probably about a month ago as well, but there was only a CAD file and no documentation. And I was like, yeah, this is well above my knowledge. Like I won't be able to do this without some sort of guidance. And so this looks really cool. And the reason why this one is really cool is because it works in a similar way. You still need a servo, but the mounting point is mounted to the X carriage. And the reason why that's cool is that on the one that I'm going to be installing, it requires you to install a Z limit switch so that way it knows where to stop. While on this new official Klicky one, it doesn't require a Z switch on the bottom because at any point it can just go over to the right side and activate this servo and grab onto that. The only reason why I'm not doing this one is because I already have all the parts both printed and sourced for this. So we're at least going to attempt this one, but for anyone that is wanting to do something like this, this seems like a really, really cool, is that, wait one second. Is that G-Funny? Hey, G-Funny's awesome. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Please, everybody, say thank you to G-Funny. He's been gifting subs like crazy the last couple of streams. Thank you so much for the support, man. I really appreciate it. Hey, what's up? Malvix. Hey, Sam Prentice is here. I just watched the Edge of Tech's Murph video and got to see the battle, Death Racers again. Yeah, thanks, G-Funny, man. I really appreciate it. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So anybody that is wanting to install a Klicky type probe, this probably is going to be a better solution because it's just less work, and there's a little video showing it. So it homes like it normally would, both the bed and that, so it knows its location, then it pops out, magnet, grabs the Klicky, and you're good to go. So that is a really cool way. And again, if I had seen this weeks ago, I probably would have sourced the parts for this and gone this route. The only thing I guess that I like better on the one that we're going to be installing is that I think that the solution looks a bit cleaner than having this sort of thing sticking off the back of the back of your X rail. But yeah, this is a really cool option. And it was shared to me today, and the thing now is like the documentation is so good on it. Well, before when I saw this, it was just a CAD file, and I was like, I don't know what to do with all of this. So yeah, this is really cool. And then for the, let's see, this is, okay, so this is the one that we're going to be installing. The difference is that this one is a, it looks like a conversion. I don't think this is an actual like stock. No, I don't know if this is an Ender conversion or what this was originally. But this probe, so it homes itself. He has it set where it goes to Z max. I'm going to have it go to Z min. Well, then it comes down. Servo, nope, that's not right. That's his old one. Okay, this is the one. It's similar though. So basically it will home the bed. It will home the X-axis, and then mine will go Z min, not Z max. But then it kicks out the little probe, does its, or not the probe, the servo kicks out the arm, grabs the Klicky probe, does the mesh bed leveling, and then parks it again. So it looks amazing. I have a feeling it's going to be a ton of work. So anyways, let's get started. Let's get started on this. Let me go back to this camera. Sorry if the printer is a little bit out of focus. For some reason, the Sony camera, so I'm rocking Tripod's Garage's hat that I got from Murph, and for some reason, my autofocus doesn't think I'm a human when I put the hat on. So when I had the hat off, it was able to maintain focus on me when I was moving around, but the second I put the hat on, it became blurry, which is really weird. Has anyone scoped the mini switch on Reddit? Ooh, is it a mini SwitchWire CRS? I have definitely not seen it. Okay, so as far as camera angles go, I don't really know if there's going to be a great or what the best view will be, but my thinking is that if I remove, let's see if I go overhead. Nope, you can't see that, so we'll stick with this one for a second. So I'm gonna remove the screws on the top that are basically bolting the ACM panels to the extrusions. And then on both sides, there's going to be 3 screws on this side. Originally I was going to, oops, I dropped the screw. Originally I was going to try to get the mod installed and leave the panels on, but it just sounds like such an uphill battle. I'd rather have complete open accessibility to all of the printer, and then once it's done, then we will put the enclosure back on. I just need to take good care of the enclosure because, like Alien said, if I drop this again, I'd be super sad. Hey man, just dropped in to say Hey, I'm about to go to a meeting in 15 minutes. Hey, Cosmic, thanks for stopping by. That's Tripod's plan all along. Hey, Skydown, I actually saw you in Edutech's video as well with all of the spools that you brought to recycle. I literally just watched it like right before going live. Okay, so I think that's all of the ones that are actually bolting this thing to, let's actually also turn the switch wire off. So let's see, shut down, okay, kill the power. The only other thing I need to replace on the switch wire still to get it back to stock is that the skirt on the back of it, the skirt on the back of it, this particular one where the inlet is for the power cable, it cracked, and I believe it's the printed part that cracked, not the injection molded inlet itself. But when I pull the plug out now, the entire thing wants to come with it, not the skirt, but the like the power inlet. So I'm going to be replacing that as well. I didn't get a chance to do that. It took me hours to take off the old acrylic enclosure and put the new one in place. Primarily just the VHB tape took an insane amount of time. It's super effective, but I have such a love-hate relationship with it. Removing it is not fun at all. Access is always best. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's go ahead. So the next thing I need to do is, which I think I can also show on this side, all of the clips on the side, I'm not going to fully remove them, but I'm going to turn them at least so that way they're not biting onto the panels. And if I am correct, I think once I loosen all of these, I should be able to lift the whole thing up. I need to also unplug the one wire going to the breakout board for the LEDs, and then I think we'll be good. But I don't remember if it's attached anywhere else on the inside. I don't think it is though. Okay, so if I'm correct, yeah, that's gonna work. Okay, something fell, but that's okay. Okay, so the next thing I need to do really quickly here is walk around to the front. Hey, what's up, 3D Experiments? Hey, BBs, I didn't see you as well. How's it going? Okay, so yeah, we'll go around to the front. And then the last cable, I believe it's gonna be this guy. The whole breakout board's coming off. Come on. All right. The actual plug itself is coming off the board. There we go. Push back in place, please. Okay, so I think if I drop this down and undo the tape like that, I think in theory this thing will lift off. Please lift off. All right, let's try it. 3, 2. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Where do I put this? There's like a little plot of space right here. Man, the acrylic panels are gonna get covered in dog hair. I can already sort of foresee it. It's all right. Oh my God, it looks so naked. That was a lot easier. Hey, what's up, Iggy? That was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. So, yeah, that was... In my head, that's how it was gonna go, but often expectation versus reality are not aligned. I found a oh wow. So this is what was inside rattling. these are from the old enclosure, and every time I moved the switch wire around, I kept hearing pieces. I'm like, what is it? So it's a good thing we took it off, because that could have been really problematic if the bed bumped into a huge piece of acrylic. Okay, so my room looks so clean. Well, you can't see the ground, but it does look better than the living room. I will say that. But this, I still need to fill this in. And there's like currently the Delta from last week's right here. The KP3S is there. It's all about framing the shot, but it's definitely nicer having the mess confined versus spilling out to the living room. Also, how's it going, JP? No, that's more like when you take... I'm doing good, Iggy. I'm excited to be getting the SwitchWire back to where it was before circa the move, you know? Okay, so let's go like this. All right. Just so that way, I'm a huge fan of lists. I wish I had made a checklist, but we'll do this. We'll just done. So, okay, and so the next thing we need to do is the X carriage cable chain links have issues. And so you can't see it from there. You might be able to see it from here. So I didn't realize it because the machine homes this way. But when this goes to max distance on this side, that's pushing pretty heavily into the cable chains. Like it starts touching there and it still is able to go like, I don't know, they're 10 millimeters, something like that. So we need to fix that. That's just not good for anything. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to cut this really quick, actually. It's a small thing, but this thing's bugging me, this big strand. Yeah, so I didn't realize, because I just haven't printed to that max capacity. But the way I plan on doing... okay, so further game plan. Let me move this like this so I can talk to everybody about my plan. So... I had a lot of time to think about this over the last 24 hours or so here. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take. I might take 2 out. If I have the space, I'll take 2 out just to be extra safe. So let's go to the side cam. Okay, so can I bring you guys closer? I think that works. Hopefully you guys can see. Okay, so the way this is going to work is we're going to be installing a Z minimum or Z min switch, right? So right now, the way this machine's set up is when it homes, it goes all the way to here, and homes, and then the bed goes all the way to the back. It's sensorless homing, so as soon as the either the stepper skips a step or it's able to feel that it's not able to move smoothly, the trinamic driver is able to stop itself. But for the Z-axis, it's using an inductive probe that's built into the back that we're going to, I'm assuming, be needing to disassemble a chunk of this tool head to remove and swap with a Klicky. But the way it's going to be now is we need a Z-min so that way this tool head can go down, hit the Z-min, and know, hey, this is where I'm at, because the stepper otherwise has no way of knowing where it's at on the Z-axis, like where in the, like what height it's at. So it'll home itself, hit 0, 0, go up a little bit, and then go over and grab the Klicky Probe. So the thing I was trying to figure out was, if we go to Z-min on this, like, so let's say we go to Z-min, it hits that switch, and then it goes over and it grabs the probe, and then sure, it can do its mesh and generate the mesh, but my thought was, how is it going to be able to actually, hey, thank you very much, Ahmed, for the 10 euros. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So the question mark I had was, okay, so yeah, it'll be able to grab the probe, right? It'll be able to generate its mesh, and then it'll dock it. But how is it going to correct itself in real time? Because since it's not able to tram everything, since it's a bed slinger, it's going to actually have to lift up while it's printing. If it's, like, how will it do that without bumping into the switch? And so what I think I've realized is, we need to have it where when this homes and it goes to hit that limit switch, the nozzle is actually able to go deeper. Nope, this needs to go back. Deeper than the bed. So that way the limit switch needs to be lower, and then it needs to go up a few millimeters and then grab the Klicky Probe. I hope that makes sense, but in my head, I was just trying to figure out, how that would work. Because again, if it homes itself to a switch, which is the lowest point it can get, and it's doing the mesh printing going up and down, it's going to be bumping into the end stop. So the only way that will work is if the Z-min is below the surface of the bed slightly. So hopefully that makes sense. I think it'll make more sense when I actually do it maybe, but if it sounds wrong to anybody, please let me know, but that's the only way I could see this working. So, okay, I'm wondering, this might actually be a better camera for right now while we're undoing this. That's awesome. Thank you, Papa Iggy, for the donation. It's really cool that your dad's watching too. Oh, Dr. Pepper? Yes, I asked Aaron yesterday. I said, on the way home from work, can you please get some Dr. Pepper? Okay, so now we are going to undo the link. And so for us to be able to remove some of the link, we're going to need to take this cover off. Let's see. I need a smaller driver. There's 2 screws in the back. And 1 screw on the side. Just try not to lose anything. We'll leave this cover off too for now. I won't actually install it back until a little bit later on. Let's see. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so this cable should come out of here. Like that. And then, yeah, let's remove like, oh, that's right. This is the cool, okay, check this out. I forgot about this. This is the fancy cable chain that has the little clipping mechanism on the bottom of it. Modbot had Death Racer. Oh God. So the downside of the Modbot robot being a blockhead is that it makes it such an easy target. My head hurts, too old to understand. I'll show it after, Malcolm. It'll make sense if it actually works correctly and I'm able to implement it correctly. Hey Barn, yeah, for the Death Racer robot, the issue with the Modbot robot head is that it's just a blockhead. And so it's not exactly ideal for not getting knocked off. So I don't know, maybe I'll do the Modbot robot, but like give him a helmet or something like that that's rounded. I don't know, I'll have to figure it out. But yeah, I absolutely, Death Racer is on the agenda. Just once some of the other projects have finished up a little bit. Okay, so this has, let's remove this too. I don't think we need to. So these should pop right off. Nope, is it the bottom? No, it's the top. Maybe I need a flathead. Okay. I remember somebody told me this when we were building this, that is this the right side or is this the wrong side? It looks like this is the right side. Yes. So these, that doesn't look very good, does it? Let's see. Oh, cameras. Come on. Shoot mode until, why are you doing this? Oh, it's because I have it on manual focus, so it quite literally can't focus. There we go. Okay, so these cable chains are awesome because they have these little flaps that you can sort of just put up, which makes it much easier than having to, well, it makes it much easier if you do it right. Well, okay. Usually it makes it much easier. What am I doing wrong? Wonder if it's just this flathead is too big. No, they're just stuck really hard. I guess that's what you want. So we're gonna remove 2 links. Yeah, this is not a good flathead. We're damaging it. Let me see if I got a slightly smaller one. I think this is the exact same size. I ran to the garage earlier and grabbed a bunch of things I thought we would need for this stream. So on the ground behind me, there's a, I don't have a heat gun, so I got this. Oh, you guys can't really see this. I got literally a rework station for the heat shrink tubing. There's a soldering iron, there's some JST connectors, there's heat shrink, soldering equipment, zip ties. Like I just, because that's the only downside about before having everything so close to me. I didn't have to worry about grabbing tools for the stream, but I can't be running back and forth through the house. I mean, I can, this is much better, to the garage on stream. So, okay, so let's go ahead and take off, let's take off 2 of these. Like that. It should just clip down. Okay. What is that? I heard. 1 second. Wish it was. It's very difficult for me to see without going to. Hey, Andrew Rogers, thank you very much for the $10. Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Hey, Pie's here. I still have a, let me see, this one. I still have all of your Murph swag. I've been carrying it around with me, but like tons of stickers, Fabrico stickers, Voron stuff. So it's been busy, but I'm hoping that in the next week or 2, I can get all this stuff over to you. Overkill on tools, no such thing. Now I also use my soldering station heat gun. Oh, nice, okay. Well, it's at least better than what I used to do because I was always just using a lighter for the heat shrink tubing, which also works, but sometimes you get kind of charring from the smoke, I guess, that comes off of the lighter. Plus, I burned myself a few times. Hey, what's going on, Flux? Speaking of Murph, I saw a light print on the list of Earth. You're gonna be there? I am not, Alien. So I was debating on it. I had so much fun. I had so much fun at Murph, and I had been to Murph before. I'd never been to Earth, and I know that like some other both like viewers and content creators and stuff that weren't at Murph were going there, and so I really wanted to, and I even was working on a sponsorship for the trip. But there's so much stuff happening, and it just so happens to be, I think Earth is 10 days after my 30th birthday, and I know family wanted to come and visit during like that time of the year. And so I just decided like there's so much stuff I need to work on here that I don't think I can just up and leave for, you know, another week or something like that for this. So no, I would love to go. I'm going to be super jealous looking at all the footage and, you know, all the cool stuff coming out, but this year it won't be the year for Earth for me, unfortunately. But 1 year, definitely. 1 year, absolutely, I will go. Okay, let's go back to side cam really quick. So I think what we'll do is we will mount this in place, just the back here, because what I want to do is I want to confirm that we still have enough chain links to reach the far end of this without actually bumping into the belts. So let's do that really quickly, and then we can move on to the next thing. Let's see. Okay, that should be good enough for us to be able to tell. Okay, so I think we might need one more belt. I mean, one more, I can't see. I guess I could just spin the printer around, but I'm gonna walk around. You know what? No, we need one more belt. Yeah, so 2 was too many. Okay, well, I'm glad I checked. So we'll add one more, verify it, and then we'll be good on that. Because for what I'm thinking to happen to work for the Z end stop, the nozzle needs to be able to clear the bed. So we need like the extra couple of millimeters. Man, to be 30 again. Yeah, I turned 30 on September 30th. So Aaron said it's my golden year, but I don't think we're really gonna do much of anything. I heard puppies. Was that Lisa? Oh, wow. Lisa, thank you very much for the $20. Treat the pups and yourself. Hope Aaron likes her new job. Thank you very much, Lisa. The dogs have actually been getting treats daily. They're grass treats. So we have a yard here. I'll do this multitasking here. So we have a yard here, and I've never had grass before, and because of the grass and the dogs out there peeing, there are now brown spots all over the grass. And so I looked online, and online basically said to like train them to pee in certain areas, or like go out there when they pee. And I'm like, that's not like, okay, my dog is gonna be looking up at me like a crazy person with like holding a hose waiting for them to go pee. So I found some like grass treats, well, not grass treats, but like 4 grass treats. And so the dogs have been getting those daily, and they like them, which is nice, because some of the like medicine or stuff in the past, like they are really stubborn, and I've had to use like Kraft Singles cheese to trick Delilah into thinking, you know, that there's not some medicine stuck in it. But we'll see if it works. I still don't know whether the grass still has a bunch of dead spots, so we'll see if it works. But I will put it towards their grass treats. Okay, so we're adding one, right? Yeah, we took off 2, we're adding 1, so I need to think. But thank you, Lisa, I appreciate it. And so far, her job is going well. Today was her first day. She's been shadowing. She just started on, let me move this stuff over here. She just started on Sunday, and so she's basically been shadowing one of the other girls in the office, and I think today is her first day, like, having the girl that works there shadow her on some of the things, so I'm excited to hear how it went. And she gets off at 2 today, so it's 12:40 here this time, so she'll probably pop in at some point. Okay, so we've added 1 more here. Ooh, also, I don't remember if I had updated, but as far as merch goes, I know there's been quite a lot of requests, and since Lisa, every time I see, hey, what's up, Tony Pepperoni and Cheese? Thank you very much for becoming a member, man. Brain farting. Oh, yes. Lisa has asked quite a few times over the last, I would say, months now for some sort of merch. And I've had so many excuses. And the last excuse was that I'd set up a shop with Stream Elements, and I just need to do some of the logo moving around with just the basic or standard ModBot logo. And so I'm getting closer, and I actually did reach out to somebody that has some really cool logos, and he put me in contact with his graphic person. So I'm just thinking now about the couple of different poses that I was going to try to do an illustration of. And so I'm hoping to have actually like a couple of different things coming, but I still don't have an ETA, but I just want to at least state that I have not forgotten about it, and it is on my mind. Did Tony Pepperoni and Cheese ever finish the story? He did not ever finish the story. He actually DM'd me. He DM'd me after Murph, and it took me a while to get back because I, again, came down with COVID and everything, and said that he never got to finish the story. So I need to hear the story at some point about how you, I believe the question was, how did you get like involved or like become a part of the Voron team? And the last thing I remember was we dove into the Sherpa, and that like all about the Sherpa, and that was the last part of it. So I still need to hear the end of the story. Oh, man, what was I was doing something else right now. I'm brain farting. That's okay. Okay. Okay, so let's check the belt one more time. Modbot 2.0, exactly. My border collie murders grass, and backyard is like 15% dusty, sad mud. Yeah, so I don't know that I would care as much if this was our house, but part of the like lease agreement was that the yard is your responsibility. And so I've been mowing the lawn once a week. I've been like making sure, because it's been hot here. Today it's gonna hit 100. I've been making sure the sprinklers are, you know, going on like twice a day and all that. And yeah, as part of it, it's just the brown spots are bumming me out because I'm taking time on the yard, like really trying to get it looking nice, and just big dead spots. So we'll see. I think today will be day 3 of those grass treats. So I'll probably know in like another week or so if I start seeing more spots pop up. Okay, that is the perfect number. That is perfect. Okay, all right, yes. Let me show. Let's see, let's go side cam. Yeah. Oh, let's move it a little bit this way. So it goes all the way. You can't, man, you can't even see that, can you? Yeah, you can see that. So look at the belt has like, it's perfect. So I was close before, like, I don't know, 2-3 millimeters gap, while before it was going into the belts by like 10 millimeters or something like that. So tension on the belt still feels okay. It could probably be a little bit tighter, but that's good. I'm happy that that is done. That was the second thing on our list. So we've got the enclosure off. Oh, did the mic? Man, I gotta figure out. I don't know what's causing the mic to trip out. It happened last stream too. How far along were we into the stream? We are 40, okay, so let me see. Let me make a note really quick here, everyone. 45 minutes in. Rest in peace, headphone users. Okay, I'm gonna check it out after. I know it happened last stream once, and someone said it was when when I leaned forward. Okay. Gotcha. I could try to do it outside of the shirt. It won't look as nice. Let's see. We can try this. Yeah, this probably will work better, I would imagine. I should probably end up getting an actual lav that clips onto this thing, so that way this can just be in my pocket and it clips, but we can do this if this is better. Hey, what's up, Zen? It wasn't even down. It might have embedded itself in your esophagus. Oh my God. Okay, so that's funny. Yeah, that was last time too. Last week on the Delta printer stream when I went inside of the Delta printer. That's when somebody said that. Okay, so desktop. Remove enclosure done. Chain links done. So next thing is to install the Z limit switch, and let's see. So I think this is, nope, that's not the right one. It's this one. I don't know, but it was bad. We had muddy hardwood and carpet for weeks trying to get all that crap up after the bad storm we had. Okay, so I think this is for stock Voron SwitchWire. So this, I want to do the Z end stop first before we do any of the other servo stuff, because it just seems like this is the requirement. So based off of this, this is the part that's needed. And as far as mounting it goes, it looks like it mounts on the back right here. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting though. I think I need a break off. There we go. You couldn't see what just happened, but maybe you heard it. Basically, where this mounts to is where the cable chain is, and this cable chain has that little like fancy thing that pokes out, which I think is so you can use cable ties around it, and it was in the way, so I tried bending it and instantly snapped it off. Hey, what's up, Ryan? I am doing great. Excited to be back to like a normal schedule. We had been streaming every Wednesday, and then the move and everything just completely threw everything off. So it feels really nice to be back and just streaming again. I really miss it. But yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Okay, so let's see here. What's the best? What does overhead camera look like? Overhead camera looks gross. Let's go side cam. Okay, so I'm going to move this out of the way for a second here. And let's focus on this. Do I have... Yeah, we're good. Okay, so we need to install... Hey, tripods! Hey, I'm rocking the swag, man. It's actually funny, I said it earlier, but I usually use autofocus like with face detection, and for some reason, my camera does not like your hat. Every time the hat was off, it had no problem following me, and the second I put the hat on, it was like, this is not a human. So I have it set up to... I have it set up for manual focus, but I really like the hat. It's super comfortable. The input shaper tool I got from the giveaway. What did you say? Oh, hey, I didn't see Steve. What's going on, Steve? It's finally been sent through customs. That is insane. Wow, from the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, that is absolutely crazy. Well, I'm glad to hear it's finally going through. I'm sorry that it took so damn long. What country are you out of? Okay, so we've got this. We've got limit switches. So I went with 2 limit switches that one of them we need to remove the little metal prong. So the one that's going to be used for the zoom in, we can keep this little lever on, but for the other one, we're going to have to remove it for the Klicky. And then I don't think we need to break off I think for the Klicky, we might need to break off the center leg for it to fit correctly, but for this one, we should be good. The main thing I don't like about this is that some of the limit switches have little holes so I can feed the wires through for soldering. So this is the wire I got. It's just basically, I think, stepper motor cable that I bought a long time ago. So let's just give myself plenty of extra slack. We'll go full screen for a second here. All right, so we'll give us, it's probably an insane amount, but whatever, it's just cable. Scissors, yes. Check. Yeah, that should be plenty of cable. I'm trying to think from where it's going to be sitting to get underneath the switch wire and over to the board. Yep, that should be good. Then we will use wire strippers. Yeah. I haven't done any like electronic, everything. I mean, since we moved, I don't think I've done any real like building. It's all been sort of like assembled kits and stuff like that. I have something coming in the mail today, actually, that should be pretty freaking cool that we're gonna be building next week on stream. It's not a 3D printer, actually, but it is a making tool. Nope, that was not the right. Okay, so I think my game plan is gonna be, because yeah, most of the end stops or limit switches I've used are larger than this and they have a hole to feed the wires through. So what I think I'll do is I will tin the wire and tin the legs of the limit switch and then just set them on each other, and hopefully it will flow very nicely and very quickly. Well, if you do make sure it is right, if you do make sure it's right, so you have one left. Yeah, I will make sure it's right. I should have ordered additional spares to go down. It goes against everything. Like I always order way more than I need because I always break or lose or do things. it's just the way it is. So let's see, soldering iron, which I also haven't used in a minute. It's not a pew pew. I'll just say it. It's a CNC machine. And I don't think I've seen it covered, which I'm pretty excited about. It's small, but not super small. I think the work area on it is 16 inches by 16 inches. So it's bigger than the Nomad CNC I have. And it can actually, it comes with sort of it's not a 3018. I don't want to give away too much, just wait till next week. But it's bigger than the 3018. It comes with the same sort of like cheap spindle router or spindle, but it does also have a aluminum mounting bracket for a full-size router. So I'm excited to do some stuff with that. Hey, what's up, Luke? How's the ERCF going? Did you get it printing? Had to bail about 4:30. I think you're pretty damn close, Steve, right? I popped in for just a few minutes on last Sunday's stream because I was, how was I doing last Sunday? Last Sunday was Aaron's birthday. So no, last Sunday, I don't know what I was doing last Sunday, but I popped in for a few and I know that you were, it seemed like really, really close to getting going on that. It's actually printing. Okay, soldering iron's heating up. I'm going to use, a sip of Dr. Pepper. I looked for my helping hands and I couldn't find them anywhere. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the back, we're gonna use this Voron ceramic tile that we made on stream a while ago. Like this. I use one hand to hold it in place, then hopefully I've got a little bit of solder somewhere. I've been using the same reel of, I think this is leaded solder. Let's see, this product contains lead. Yeah, so we'll use lead free because I don't have a fume extractor set up in here. This stuff's so old. I just ran out. I just ran out of, let's see, the thicker diameter stuff I've been using for a long time, but man, the Radio Shack that was next to me, the mo I didn't finish, but I'm pleased with how the project went. Waiting on some filament, nice. What, I think I might have asked you, Open Builds, it's not Open Builds. It is like a Chinese company that makes the laser, nope, not laser, CNC machine. Check a Makita router on it and cut some aluminum. I think that I might actually pick up a Makita router for it. You know, burn myself. Can we see what's happening or no? Okay. So actually, I don't, oh yes, these little nozzle cleaning things are incredible. Okay, so let's first put a little bit on, I think we're only gonna be using the outside legs of the, I wish I had a, it'd be really nice if I had something to hold the limit switch in place. Also, like, fume extractor, you should definitely be using a fume, I should be using a fume extractor. So if you're soldering inside, I highly recommend getting at least like a basic carbon fume extractor. I have one somewhere. I just don't know where it is right this second. But yeah, this is definitely not the cleanest setup. It's pretty ugly. For the sake of what we're doing, this should be sufficient. And then let me just print some helping hands. Yeah, I'm so annoyed. I've owned multiple pairs of helping hands. And I would think that I would have put them with all of the soldering equipment when I moved, but go figure, there's no helping hands in the soldering equipment, so I don't know. I use my arm to hold. Not ideal. Okay. Okay. So both leads are 10. I probably need to cut them down a little bit. They're a little bit on the long side. You can print a soldering, but yeah, little flux wouldn't hurt. I don't have any, that's not true. I have some, I have, so when I do actually soldering onto like a PCB, I usually use a little bit of this stuff, but for wires, I typically don't. But I agree, the legs of the, actually, let me put a little bit on, I should have done it before. I'm gonna put a little bit on an end of some filament and then put it on the legs of this to help with the flow of everything. But yeah, I usually do use some form of flex when I'm soldering onto a PCB at least. I used to do a lot more soldering, like the channel when it was doing video game hacking and modding stuff, was doing soldering all the time, or doing soldering. I was soldering all the time, but now it's usually just like an occasional wire or something, not nearly as involved. Although for the Engravinator build that we did, I did have to solder that PCB, but it was all through-hole stuff, so it wasn't difficult. Mr. Mod of the Bot, what's up, Dutch? I'll have to include on my next shipment to. It's the package. All right, I'm gonna hold on a sec. One sec, guys. I'll show what it is if it's. One sec. Hey, excuse me. Hey. Holy crap! What is this? This is huge. Hey, go relax, Bubba. Excuse me. Okay, I don't know what this is. Hey, excuse me. What the heck is this? This isn't the package that I thought that it was. 1 second. It's a monster. Oh, this is it. Cool. Okay. Okay. Well, it doesn't have my address on the, excuse me, monkey. Excuse me, Bubba. It's weird. I guess they used Amazon as a fulfillment. All right, I'm coming in. The box that it came inside was much bigger. But yeah, this isn't my address. It's some other address. But this is what we're going to be building next week. I believe it's pronounced Masuder Pro. But it looks pretty freaking cool. Let's see. I'm sweating just to... Thank you guys for letting me know someone was here. CNC router. So it's a fairly budget machine. Let me see, desktop. But it's kind of cool looking. So everything's aluminum on it, right? It looks like these are basically 2040s and then maybe the equivalent of a 2060. Although they don't seem to have, you know, the openings on the side. But it is all aluminum. Then it's got an MDF bed. And this whole like linear rails, I mean, not linear rails for the X and Y, but for the Z. And then the thing that I really liked about it was that, yes, it comes with that, like I said, low cost spindle. Come on, internet. But boom, you can throw I mean, that looks like a Makita router right there. I won't be using it for laser stuff because I have diode laser stuff, but this is exciting to me. Although I still will probably use it for a lot of like acrylic and wood stuff, just this will be a lot of fun to play around with. I'm really looking forward to it. So why am I out of breath? I need to move more, I think. Hey, Tunky's here. Yeah, it should be fun. Who made the input shaper tool again? Wonder if the new RPI Pico with boards could work. That is GFunny. Honestly, I don't know if it would change anything if I looked at close. The bed mount was just something that stuck out and made good member stream content to modify. Drop for CCF now. Okay, all right. Back to... We were soldering and the iron's hot and my hand is like an inch away from it. I cannot multitask. Okay, that's what we were doing. All right. I used to think I was great at multitasking and like I think that I've just convinced myself I can multitask, but I'm absolutely terrible at it. Okay, so I'm just rubbing a little bit of flux on these legs. And then I'm going to close this up. I don't want to get it on me because this stuff's messy. Throw this in the trash. Oh, you know what? We should also, before I solder this on, we should get some heat shrink tubing for this to clean it up. I think I brought that in. I did. Let's see what we got. I think this is the size. It's funny with heat shrink tubing, like, I always buy a big box of it, right? Like, well, you guys can't really see that well. I always buy a big box of it. But I end up using like the smallest one or smallest ones only. So I should probably just start figuring out the actual size that I'm using mostly and stop buying these big boxes that end up just sitting. I stepped, oh God. Yeah, I've burned myself a few times. I've definitely burned myself a few times with soldering irons over the years. I had one that I used for a long time that if you didn't touch it or it didn't sense movement for a certain extent of time, it would turn itself off. And I got way too comfortable trusting that. And one time I like turned on, I don't know, but yeah, they hurt. Okay, so we are going to grab the wire. We are going to pull this back a little bit more so we can slide the heat shrink onto both of these and give it enough distance so the wire doesn't heat up and cause it to close on itself. So this is where helping hands would be super clutch, because I'm basically going to put solder onto the iron and then put it on there instead of doing both at the same time like you would ideally want to do. I can try to sort of, I don't think this will work this way, but we'll see. Kind of just position the solder. Now let's tin this. The switch is just so light. All right, new idea. I'm going to use a small piece of VHB tape because I was just using it for the enclosures to hold the limit switch in place. Because it is just, it's so light. The wire is pushing the whole thing away. How did I receive a gift sub while I was not here? Oh, Chikaro. That would have been G-Funny. I don't know how you got it not being here though, but yeah, it would have been G-Funny. Okay, so a little bit of VHB tape. Where the heck is my X-Acto? VHB, man. Come on. Literally just, okay, there we go. Okay, sticking that in place. That's not moving. Wires are right here. Let's do this really quick. All right, one down. So awkward. Someone please remind me to either order or print some form of helping hands. Yeah, definitely not the prettiest of soldering jobs, but for what this is, we should be fine. it's just ugly. But it's a limit switch. It's not anything too crazy. So we'll go ahead and let's see. Oh. Let's go ahead and slide the heat shrink over the ends like that. Hopefully I chose the right size, so I'll turn off the iron. The Omnifixo. I got the M13 Pro. I'm trying to wrap up 3D printer builds before I started. Oh, nice. Okay, let me look at the Omnifix. I'm just gonna Google it, so I've got it in a tab. Paste and search. Maker's third hand. Sick. Oh, these are the magnet. Okay, cool. Yep. I have seen something like these before. Awesome. Thank you for the recommendation. It is on my list. Okay, so let's unplug soldering iron. Let's move it out of the way. And then let's grab, that can get dropped. This can go here. Let's grab our little rework station. Turn this on really quickly for the heat shrink. Let's turn it actually. And we dropped it. Lovely. This actually works really well, a lot better than the lighter. This should be fine. Okay. Let's give it a second to cool down. Yeah, I did see that Nero got one. I should have one coming. They said Monday that they were shipping out the new Bamboo Lab. I don't really know. I didn't get a chance to watch the stream. Like, I saw when he got it and what it came with, but I don't really know all the differences, just that the one that we have apparently won't be getting firmware updates, or there's some sort of limitation with it. So, yeah, I don't really know. But yeah, I took mine off already, actually, in anticipation of that. But yeah, so, ta-da! It's not really focusing, is it? But that should be good. So, let's install this. Oh, change it. That's right. Changes to RFID. There was an issue, right, with it not being able to detect film or something like that. Gotta get back to it. Have fun. Take care. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Steve. Hopefully this will hopefully we'll make a lot more progress on this. 1 second. Let me change music. So they did say, let's go to the 8-bit stuff. They did say that it will work with them, like they'll work with each other, but they also said that, no, it also requires a hub. So I have to buy the hub thing, which I don't even think they have it available yet, but I could try it. I will say though, that I didn't realize it initially, but the AMS actually got damaged when we moved as well. I didn't notice it, but the roller for the filament slot 1, it's basically like a snap fit. It snaps into place and grabs the outside of the bearing so that the whole filament can roll. It cracked, and I was using it the other day, and it actually cracked off. It's a tiny little piece, and I actually glued it back into place, and so I think that it will, I think it'll work fine. But yeah, the move was more traumatic and stressful on printers and hardware than I had anticipated it being. It's hard to show. I could show it actually. Let me see here. Let's see. Then we'll get the Z switch installed. Hey, what's up, Cicinho? Okay, so let's see how well I can show this. Oh yeah, it's actually really easy to show. Let's see, back it up, back it up. So the part that broke, come on. 1 second. It's user error here. There we go. Okay, so all of the filament all the filament are on like bearing roller things, right? And on the front side, they're on these ones that have a little gear. And so when it engages, it turns the gear, which turns the bearing, which helps load or unload the filament. Well, these snap into these little slots. And I don't think you can actually see it because it is very, very small. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have the lens on this, isn't good enough. But basically, this part right here, so like this little piece, it broke off. So I'm imagining, I had some filament in here when I moved, so I'm imagining what probably happened is that some sort of impact happened that pushed the filament into this corner. So it looks fine right now because I glued it back into place, and let me see if I pop this in, will it work or will it break? Let's see. Well, it's in place now, and it's working fine. But there is a crack, like, it's basically just the top, it's such a shitty, sorry. I wish I had a better way of showing it, but it's basically the little attachment for this thing. I only think that could break from pretty aggressive, like, brute force. And so again, I don't fault the machine. I have a feeling that it happened while this thing was traveling across the country. So, but yeah, I didn't notice it. I just noticed it the other day. I was printing and I was like, what's happening? Why is the ABS having a hard time rolling? And that's when I discovered that. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, just I would say that when you are moving, don't move that with filament inside of it. That would be my biggest, I think, mistake, was that I moved having filament inside of it. And so it just gave the weight of the filament, kind of shifted around. This is way too zoomed in. There we go. Yeah, the weight of the filament shifting around, I think, is what did it in. Okay, so going back, have Bamboo offered you the update? They did. They reached out to me probably sooner. I didn't reply to them until I think Friday, but I think they reached out to me early last week. Just a combination of, like, you know, having come down with COVID from the travels and then trying to get caught up with everything. I just fell behind on emails. So I just got back to them Friday. They responded to me right away, letting me know that they were switching the servers or working on getting the cloud servers kind of like set up over, I believe, in the States, kind of like they originally talked about, and that they were going to be shipping out a new AMS and asked for my address. So hopefully it'll come through. I'm trying to burn through as much filament before I can get my, yeah. I donated a ton of filament to friends, and then I sold a 3D printer locally to someone off of like OperaUp, and I just like, hey, do you want filament? And like any spool that I had that I hadn't touched in a while, I was like, here, dude, I think I gave him like 30 or 40 rolls of like semi-open material. I couldn't ship it, I couldn't move it. It was either gonna get dumped or donated, really. So giving it to someone that was able to actually use it was kind of cool. Okay, so let's get back to what we were doing here. Desktop. So we've got the limit switch in place, which is great. Now we need to use, let's see, it needs to go in this way, it looks like, and we need to use M2x10 self-tapping screws, which I also have got. I tried to prep as much of the hardware. Thanks for showing us your crack. Anytime, it's, you know. I need a small Phillips head screwdriver. This is way too large. You know what? I printed out this case. Let's see. It's not a very fun shot for you guys, is it? Let's see. Let's travel in the, oh, nope, the camera cannot go further. HDMI cable will come out of the wall. Okay, let's do this here then, so it's visible at least. So I printed out this case, which is awesome. Because the default case for the WoW stick made it where I never wanted to use it because it was such a pain. It needs to get charged, but I think that I can hand torque. Let's see, let's grab, will this one work? Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, this is a very, very fun practical print. All right, so this is, let me look at the illustration one more time. Okay. All right. I don't want to over tighten these. There's also no need to. I've broken one of these end stops before. Also, I don't know if that was the best. I don't know if that was the best bit size, but hey, it's in. Okay, so the next step is to actually mount this thing, and so it's going to go. Let's see. Let's make sure it'll actually hit. It's too. Okay, so that's what it's going to hit on. We don't need to get the, everything doesn't need to be exact right now, but what we do need is, where's my bag of parts I just had? There we go. Okay, so we've got a M5 spring T-nut, and we've got an M5 bolt. So we are going to, I don't think it actually matters which direction it goes in, but we'll do it like this. I'm hoping, the goal is to get like a TV mounted on the wall in front of me, so that way instead of looking over at the monitor, the tiny monitor, to see whether what I'm doing is in focus, I can just look up towards the camera and see it. But it's not high on the priority list because it's more of a convenience thing than, but I think it will be very nice. Okay, so we got the T-nut in. Now I need to grab this driver and okay, so that's in. So it's on the back side here, and then we'll have to play around because we want it to get as low probably, so it needs to go higher than that because it's basically hitting the linear rail stoppers and then bottoming out. So let's go like this, and then that seems about right. Okay, so that's what we want. We want that to bottom out, and then we want the nozzle to be below the bed, which it is. And the reason we want it below the bed is because when it does a mesh correction, if it's above the bed, it's going to be bumping into that end stop. So yeah, that looks perfect. Cool. Okay, now the fun stuff starts. So if I'm not mistaken, I don't think on these switches, does direction matter when you plug them into the board? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's only on the 3-pin ones where there's like sometimes a 5-volt where you have to be careful, but I'm pretty sure on these ones, it does not matter which direction they go in. Can anyone verify that though before I break something? And then also what we're gonna do is here, so on the back side, I might end up having some sort of a cover for these wires, like to run through this channel. But for right now, we're just going to go like this. Actually, yeah, I want it separate. Trying to think, is there a better way? Because there's a channel right here where I can feed the cables through, but there's also one up here. No, that's probably the best one. We'll end up tucking that one in there, and then we'll just feed it through like this. Yeah, that's best. Okay, that's fine. We need to take the bottom panel off though now, don't we? Let's do that. Non-polar. Okay, cool. Thank you. I thought so. I was using some other... I was using the stepper motor. I don't know if anyone remembers them. They're like the old school red stepper drivers. They were really popular back in like the early days of RepRap. But they had a red PCB on them. And on those ones, I believe it did matter because they had the extra line for 5 volts and you didn't want to feed that one incorrectly. Oh, this is not a very pretty, Ah! Come on. The autofocus loves to just freak out randomly. Okay, we're gonna switch cams for a minute. Oh, now it looks like it's fine. I don't know, we'll go to this cam for a second while I undo this bottom portion, but autofocus just likes to freak out every once in a while. Okay, bottom off, bottom off. What you need is a big TV on the wall. That's what I said! Oh, damn it, Dan. Yeah, I 100% agree. The only thing that matters is whether it's, I know, normally open or normally closed. Yeah, I looked at, oh, where was it? Voron SwitchWire. Yeah, so I looked at this earlier. And stop wire, because I wasn't sure which legs I needed to, wire the wires to, and it says unstop servo in a normally closed configuration. So, we should be good on that. I couldn't remember, because the LDO, it came pre-soldered, so I didn't have to do that, so I wanted to double check. Everyone gets to see how bad the wires look down here. In my defense, all I did was rip out the wires and swap in the new board to make sure it works. So like, it's a rat's nest down here. It will be better. The one positive thing I will say that I did finally that Alien will be proud of is that there is a cover on the mains now, or the PSU. It's not a great cover, you can still access it from the front, but at least from the top it's closed. But yeah, the wires are a mess. I opened up the channels and I removed a channel completely when I thought I was swapping to a different board, so there's some work to be done. Normally I always want to go the NC route. Does that let you know if you have an open connection? Gotcha. Oh, normally closed. Yeah, that makes sense. Cover looks better than, yeah, right? It even has a little like, you know, warning electricity sign. Okay, so let's go ahead and feed these cables through. Wow, this is much closer to the board than I thought. I'm still gonna give myself a little bit of extra slack on these, but we can probably cut right about, I don't want more slack than that. That's probably way overkill. Yeah, we'll do that. Why not Voron Stealth Burner plus Clockwork 2? So the reason for that is that, one, I wanted to build this as the kit that it comes with. Granted, as I stand here modding it, this is not how it came or was meant to be built per se, but my goal was to keep it as stock as possible. And on top of that, the Stealth Burner and Clockwork 2 have been in beta. I mean, this has been an ongoing build, right, for a couple months. And so it was in beta, it was getting updated, and I know myself and that I would be wanting to update to the latest, so I decided that I was going to hold off until they officially released it. So at this point, it's going to depend, really, whether it gets installed on this or not. I'm planning on doing the Enraged Rabbit carrot feeder on this printer, and it's going to depend on a lot of things, but that was the original reasoning why. Yeah. Where's the lockout tag icon? Honestly, that isn't that bad. Well, thank you. Thank you, Jack. No, don't say that. The stepper drivers are fine. Stock as possible. I made it about a week before I started modding the V0. Oh, nice. Yep. Yeah, the only reason I'm doing this mod is because I've not had a good experience at all with the inductive probe. And GFunny and DC have sworn by the physical switch, and everyone else I've talked to that is running a physical switch loves it. So that's what we're doing. Plus, it's a good excuse to screw around with Clipper a bit more. Yeah, that's all I really got. That's all I really got. All right, so I haven't crimped in a minute either, so we'll see how this goes, but usually these ones aren't too bad. If I can get them off with a reel. And then we need a 2-plug. There we go. All right. Very true Klicky or Klicky drives. Yeah, I'm interested in the unclicky too. I know Dustin's, like when he was working on it and when it was released, or when he released it, was telling me about it. I just want to install the regular Klicky first. And then I will probably end up trying the unclicky because I've heard great things about it. Oh, I goofed. I usually do 1.4 for these. There we go. All right, one down, one to go. Like trying to focus, and the music in the background just it's not exactly what I'd consider focus music. Let's not double crimp the other one. Get out of the way. All right, we should be good. Okay. Hey, Kirsty's here. Just want to drop in while I was doing code reviews for work. Nice. Thanks for stopping by. I hope everything's going good with you. I don't need no fancy Klicky, just give me a manual Klicky. Oh, I get what you're saying. Well, I think the way they get away, or I think how they're able to get away with that is because it homes at the top. I mean, you could still do it, but you would, yeah. It's, I mean, granted, this bed is bolted to an aluminum plate, so you really shouldn't have to re-level all that often, other than like if the magnet or something on the bed warps. Well, I guess, again, these are embedded. But for something like the Delta printer where the bed's completely stationary, you really, I don't use, brain is farting. It's getting to that point. It's only been an hour and a half, my brain's farting. I don't use the leveling very often. It's usually like a once at the beginning and then once every blue moon. Okay, so we're going to, let's zoom in for a second here. Well, I guess that doesn't really make things much better, but basically going to insert the 2 wires we just crimped into the plug. Like that, 1 is in, and 2 is in. Okay. So the next question I have is, all right, this is where I need Clipper people help. So people that know Clipper better than myself, which is most people here probably, because I've played around with Clipper quite a bit, but it's just like the basic stuff, getting Clipper working and like running Clipper. But as far as configuring goes, 1 second here, I'm missing a little bit of chat. A good place to ask this: what's the best open source Core XY motion system design with Rails? Core XY motion system design with Rails, like linear rails? I mean, Voron, like the Voron stuff, is RatRig open source? I don't actually know, but I mean, if you don't have a Vorons are awesome. Even if it's just, well, I guess the V0, you probably won't have small extrusions like that, but like the Legacy, or what else? The Trident or something like that. Dude, I'm so busy. I'm working on multiple printer reviews plus a big project video, and then I need to catch up on some mods. I very much so can relate to that. I saw the video you posted the other day of, I think it was you, that had 2 large printers side by side, and I think one of them was like either the Ender 3 Max or like the CR6 SE Max, and then the Mingda, the 400x400 one side by side. I've also got currently, this needs a video, the Delta from last week needs a video, the Kingroom KP3S needs a video, the belt printer I've had forever needs a video. So I totally can relate. I'm trying to get back into regular content now that the first part of my big project is done. I'm excited. I am very excited to see the Iron Man HUD and everything that you've been working on. Hey, DC's here. Good afternoon. How are you amazing people doing? Doing great. We have removed the enclosure, fixed the cable link, soldered the end stomp, and now I just need to plug it in and wire it. It's good to see you, DC. We definitely all missed you as well. Trident is built more for what's on the bomb. Gotcha. Man, does anybody have any recommendations for a Core XY that would be easy to build off spare parts? Like most of the Voron stuff, I don't feel like is made to be built off spare parts, with the exception of like the Ender 3 to SwitchWire conversion, which isn't a Core XY. So I don't exactly know. Okay, so question I have for Voron, or not Voron people, for Clipper people. So right now we have a X limit switch. We have a Y that's sensorless homed. And for Z, we've been using an inductive probe. We're going to be using Z for a physical clicky switch, but then we also need to use, we need Z min. So my question is, if we're using Y, if for Y we're using sensorless homing, and I have the Y slot open here, can I just configure these Y pins to be used as a Z min spot? I would imagine so. So if I plug in this Z end stop, the Z min, into the Y end stop spot, if I go into the, yeah, I can, right? Oh, a Mercury one would be cool. A Mercury one would, that's actually on our to-do list on the channel probably once, well, I don't know once, but soon-ish. Okay, so everyone's saying yes. So let's try this. So we're going to plug in the switch wire. Okay. %% can, just needed to find the pins and set it as such. Okay, I figured, I thought so. I was almost 100% sure that was the case, but I don't. Is that Aaron? It's Aaron. Monkey's all excited. I wish you guys could see Monkey. He's waiting by the door. They're so excited. Do you want to close the door so you can watch stuff or something like that? Yeah. Okay.
Mom and Dad's got a addition to the family today. Ryan, you wanna see? Sure. They got a baby pug.
Aww.
Her name is Lola.
Oh, her name was Lola. That's amazing. I'm gonna close the door, love. Okay. That's amazing. I love you too. That's hilarious. Her family got a pug. Everyone says hi. She's on the phone FaceTiming. I guess her brother brought home a baby pug, so they're all excited. Okay, SwitchWire's on. Let's boot. Sorry about yelling, but I don't think my yelling was probably as loud as the me leaning forward earlier. MCU shut down. Heater temperature, interesting. What went wrong? Oh, we didn't. This is what went wrong, everybody. We should probably plug that back in. All right, 1 second. Too many things happening. You're for yeah. Yep. All right, so it's off. We're plugging this in. I still need to put the cover on later, but later. For now, there's gonna be much more wiring happening soon here. We should be good. And reboot. Yeah, it said negative 57 Celsius when it booted on. I'm like, that's not right. Yeah, thanks everybody. I'm about ready for another Dr. Pepper. It's hot in kneecap. It's all right. So, oh, you know what? It's 1:36 in 9 minutes or 10 minutes at 1:45. We'll open up the giveaway for the Polymaker filament. Why is it not connecting? There we go. Okay. Let's go to desktop so everyone can see this. That would be pretty funny if there was emojis that you could add for Clipper Angry. Okay, so definitely gonna need some help with this. Basically, right now, so stepper X is not changing. Stepper Y is not changing. It's Z that's changing. So it's going to, okay, we're not doing it with the driver. So let me look at this. Like, no, it's not a virtual end stop. So it's going to be closest to what X is like. So position of end stop, position min, end stop pin. So end stop pin, PC0. Okay, let's do this as well. Let me go ahead and pull up, SKR Mini E3 2.0 and out. Yes, there is a giveaway. It was supposed to start 8 minutes ago. But it is now going to start in 7 minutes at 45. Sorry, it's running a few minutes behind. Got distracted. Okay, so I said that the X end stop pin is PC0. What? So I know that exclamation point inverts the logic. What does this symbol do? I don't actually know. So for X, it's saying PC0, which is PC0. And so for Y, we are PC1. Pull down, pull up, pull up, pull down. Okay, it's a pull-up resistor. Should I have it set on then if the X is also like that? So what did I say? I said PC1, right, is what we're gonna be using. So we will grab this. And we are going Z, right? And stop pin, oh, we don't need that. So it's PC1. Oh, it needs to be, yep. Okay. PC1. Right? Wait, that doesn't look, why does that not look? End stop pin PC1. Wait, it's because it's being used. Oh, God, bear with me. But why is it being used here? When for the y-axis we are not. Oh, that's the. No, that's fine. That is fine. That's for the driver. Right? That shouldn't be an issue. Okay, so position max, position min. It is going to be a negative position. I don't know exactly if it's 3 millimeters though. Is there anything else that I need to change for the homing sequence? It will be an issue? Oh, it is an issue. Okay. PC1. So there is fan 0, X, Y, and Z. Thermistor bed, thermistor. I'm trying to see, is there anything else that's open that I can use? Because I'm just like trying to think here that for the actual, one second. So for the actual servo, for this itself, we're going to need to use the Z. Right? Or what is this? Let's see. 1 second here. Use the PW or DET pins. Yeah, I am using a screen. PT, DET. I think the PT, where is the PT, DET? The PWR, is that what you mean, the PWR DT? I think it's being used. 1 second here. I'm pretty sure that it is being used for, yeah, case fan and LED on the breakout PCB. Go to Z probe and PWR DET. X is not sensorless. Y is sensorless. Yeah, that I guess I'm not understanding. Because so nothing was plugged into that. End stop pin PC1, but the diagonal pin. So they share. It's basically, even though the end stop isn't physically there, it still shares the same pinout. It's kind of what it seems like. Yeah, the TMC229, the Y-axis use it. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's it. Let me see what else I've got available. PS on is empty. Power supply on. Can that be used though, or is that? Use the PS on. Yeah, this is the only thing now where I'm like, maybe using the turbo that I got from G Funny would have been a better idea because there's a lot more spots. Okay. We will use the PS on pin. Why don't I see it down here? And PD diet and stop. Am I blind? PC 15. Where's PC 15? PC 15. E0 stop. I think there is. No, E0 stop is also available. So I could just do PC 15 and ground. I can do that. But yeah, let's do PC 13. PC 13 should be fine. I'm going to quickly power it off 1 second here. So let's switch it over to... Okay, we do PC 13. We're going to save and restart. We're going to shut it down really quick. I don't want to plug in anything with it on. All right, let me get this plugged in. Would we go with PS on? Okay. Let's flip this. All right, let me get the giveaway link posted so that way, because I know not everyone has, a lot of people are international as well. So, okay, so I got that plugged in. Give me 1 second here. Let's go quick to this camera. Giveaway. Send. Shorten URL. Copy. Okay. Wait, are you saying, DJ, that the PC 15... Okay, giveaway's going, we'll poll in 30 minutes, roughly. Hey, what's up, Stefan? Oh, I didn't do... Too many things happening. Okay, so... Let's try this again. So I went with PS on, which is PC 13. Z. Yeah, that's right? PC 13. What error are we getting? Open position and stop and section Z must be specified. Wait, where is it? I don't actually remember what the error it just said was. Okay. Option position and stop in section stepper Z must be specified. Stepper Z. So position and stop. Gotcha. So location wise. Wait, I thought it said. Nope, it doesn't, I guess. It just says position in. So position and stop. I don't exactly know. It's, I mean, the nozzle is below the bed, at least. I guess let's play it safe versus sorry and say that it's like -5. Roughly. Okay. Oh, sorry. Duh. Again, if I had the big TV, I'd see it. That's why End stops in SKR Mini 3. That's what. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I know, and is it's only on input. Using it for end stop is okay. Show desktop. Okay, so my question now is. Oh, interesting. Must be between. That makes sense. You can't go lower than. Okay, so printer config. So let's drop. Let's drop this. So -5. Save and restart. Hopefully that clears the error. Okay. Okay, so now my question is to wait, actually, let's test the end stops. Okay, end stop Z and probe were triggered, so that seems good to me. So now my question is, do I need to do anything else before I just fire away the homing button and see what happens? Damn it, Dan. We have so many, there's so many things we need. Like right now, when we moved, we didn't bring a bunch of furniture. So right now, I bought an air mattress for the guest bedroom when I had COVID so I can isolate. And now that I'm better, we literally have an air mattress in our living room as our couch. So I can't buy a big TV until we have like some of the more basic stuff. Yes, you need a homing override section to tell it where your Z end stop switch is. You have to tell it where to home Z. Where you need to use a homing override section. One may use this mechanism to run a series of G-code commands in place of a G28 found in the normal G-code output. This may be useful in printers request or procedure to home the machine. So homing override. Does placement matter? Does placement matter or no? Put it above your print start. Yes, you don't want it to home over the bed or it'll crash the nozzle into the bed and have a bad day. Klicky is going to put its own homing override in anyway. You need the config from the GitHub. I don't think it has... All right, one second here. So if we're talking about this repository, they do have some config, but they only have... They don't have anything for use print start for the slicer, starting script, customize for choice, auto bed mesh. So you want it to not be over the bed. Oh, okay. No, I get what you're saying, Alien. Because it's going to go below the bed because of the way I have it set up. So if it does it in the center of the bed, it's going to completely, it's going to shove itself into the bed. So I need it to home to the, basically X. One second here. Because right now, stepper X, position max 0. So it homes at 250. And I actually might need it to go beyond 0. Safe C home. Okay, we'll try safety home. Instead of wait, homing and bed mesh. There's already a homing override, but I added I'm assuming this all goes on its own line. Okay, so this is saying that homing XY position, so -10, which would be correct. We want it to, because it's going to home at max, so before it does Z, we want it to go all the way over to 0, and then even more so if possible. I don't know if it can hit -10, and then Y -10. Is that it? Is that all we need to do? Gotcha, you can't use both. I'm just going to comment this out for right now. Okay. Your min X and Y positions, you can also be able to get to the minus coordinates, I think. Let me save and restart it and see if it throws an error, because I have a feeling it'll throw an error if it's not able to do that. It seems like... Did we try it? Okay, to be on the safe side, let's do this then. Let's go printer config, and then for the X, we'll say position min -10. I don't know that it can actually do -10, but let's try it. Position min -10. Yeah, I'm gonna hover with power switch. All right. Let's go. No, we need. Okay. I try like -5 on both, to be honest, but let's see. Yeah, I think -5 too, probably, but let's start with -10. If for some reason that goes too far, there's an issue, we'll redo it, or we'll change it. Good start. That's not right. Oh, I guess that's fine. Okay, so it went a little bit too far. Hey, that was not bad. That was really not bad. Okay, so that was not bad. Yeah, Alien, it looks like you're right though. -10's too much. It looks like SwitchWire is supporting the Klicky original or repo macro. I think it just became supported. I think it just became supported. We looked at it earlier, and the reason why we're not doing, the reason why we're going with this other one is because the Klicky that they released, I don't have all the parts for it, and it's just a way different setup. I like it, and I think that if anyone was going to source and print out parts, that's probably the way to go. But it uses a completely different setup where it's mounted on the X carriage, which the beautiful thing about this is you don't have to do what we're doing right now. But although, I mean, it's a learning experience. But yeah, someone just sent me that today, this morning actually. Okay, so the things we're gonna change is minimum position, we're gonna change to 5. And minimum position, we're gonna change to, I'm sorry, -5. -5, -5, and then we'll go down to the bed mesh, and we'll change this to -5 and -5. And we'll save and restart. We'll try it one more time. Let's try -5. I think -5 is going to be plenty for it to clear what it needs to clear based off what I'm looking at right now. Okay, here we go. Oh. Okay, so it's still too far on, I don't know what axis. I think it's the X it's too far. Yeah, it's the X that's too far. Y is fine. X is still too far. So let's go machine config. And for X, let's just do like negative, where am I? There we go. Yeah, let's do like -2 on X. And then we'll change the safe homing to -2, -5. Honestly, if the Klicky repo is getting more crowded with things, no first-time user will see through all of it and just ask in the forums because they don't want to read the README well. Yeah, documentation, I mean, from my own job, people don't like documentation. I get it. It can be overwhelming. You just like need to be able to search it well. It's still interesting. X might not need a offset. That was still, it still skipped like one step. Yeah, I'm just going to go 0 and we'll set this to 0, -5, and I think we'll be good. All right. I'm almost wondering if I should have the bed home in the opposite direction. It seems silly to have it home in the direction. Oh, it's perfect. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Thank you, everybody. You might be able to draw the tool head in mainsail. Yeah, no, it's perfect. That's exactly what we want. So the nozzle can go below the bed when it homes. And yeah, we should be good on the Z. But the only thing is, again, with the homing, I don't know if I really want to worry about it right now, but step pin, direction pin, enable pin, homing position direction. If I just change it to false, so if I invert the logic from homing positive direction and I go false, and I go position of end stop to -5, I feel like that should... Hey, Tyler's here. What's going on, buddy? That should be enough, right? Or am I incorrect? I feel like that should work because we're inverting, homing positive direction. Speed will keep the same. Positions wouldn't change. Homing retract distance, we're not... I can't think of why... Full send, yeah, let's do it. Because it just doesn't make sense to have it go the opposite direction on sensorless homing. Let's try this. So hopefully now it goes forward. Nope. Wait, yeah. No, that's what we want. We want to go backward. That's beautiful, right? All right, let's check. It worked. Also update. Oh, you're saying update like yeah. I will. Not right now though. Every time I update something and it's gonna be like a quick, you know, a quick thing. It's never a quick thing. So let's I just want to do it one more time because I'm pretty happy that we did it. I mean, like, I know that that's just a part of it, and we now need to actually do the clicky, but it still feels cool that that's working. It's homing like it should. Now it's homing in a direction that makes sense. This goes all the way to the end. Nozzle goes below ever so slightly. That should be good. Awesome. Okay. If you update Clipper, you'll need to flat. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I don't want to do that right now. But I can't. It makes sense. Sure, you will. It makes sense to do it before I close up the bottom and put the panel on. But yeah, I definitely don't want to do it right this second. Okay, 6. So we are. We're done on that. 10 more minutes, and then we'll draw the giveaway winner. If you have not entered, we're giving away a spool of Polymaker. Should be PLA, ABS, or PTG. Free international shipping. Link is pinned. We have got 43 entries right now. So if you had a big TV on the wall, damn it, Dan. If I can find a very inexpensive TV, it doesn't need to be fancy, it just needs to be a decent sized TV that I can see clearly what's happening. All right, 44 entries. Okay, so now let's jump back to this mod. I don't know why it's so hot in here right now. Okay, for Voron SwitchWire conversion, no. We're doing this stock. Okay, if you have a SwitchWire conversion, files and macros for stocks SwitchWire have not been tested. Perfect. Magprobe for stock SwitchWire is easy to mount, and bolts on the left side of the X carriage. Bill of materials, great. Okay, servo. So let's get this thing assembled. Let's turn off the printer for right now. Shut down. It is Prime Day. Get a big fire. That's fair. They are pretty inexpensive. Oh, ASA is included in the giveaways too? Zombie, do you work for Polymaker? Oh, Polymod, okay. Oh, Jason asked. Gotcha. I didn't know. Sweet. Well, ASA is included as well. I was a little bit unclear as far as what materials were included, and somebody told me they tried to get like a carbon nylon, and that was not included. And I was like, yeah, I didn't think it would be. Okay, let's move this again. There's dog hair on this tape, but I was gonna replace it anyway. All right. Well, that feels good though. Honestly, it's easier to say I work for them. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things where it's an easier explanation. Yes, I work for them versus mod, but that's good to know. Okay, so let's bring this closer, bring this down like this, grab the rest of the pieces. So this is one of the pieces we'll be needing. We need, this is, oops, the little arm, the actual part that the limit switch is gonna go inside. I got some PLA carbon fiber. Oh, interesting. Maybe you can then. Is it US only? No, it's not. It's international. I got ASA. Oh, you did get ASA. Okay, cool. Well, what do I know? So somebody had reached out to me saying they tried to get, I think, like carbon fiber nylon, and silky PLA showed up instead. And we both assumed that it was because they picked something that wasn't allowed, but I don't know. You cannot win. Ah, that makes sense. It was carbon fiber nylon. Okay. You are correct, Steve. Since Polymaker does ship internationally, I should change that. Let me do that. Actually, I'll do it after this giveaway. I don't want to do it right now, and if for somehow it resets the form. Okay, so secure the servo using 2M 2x10 self-tapping. So where did I put the servo? Here's the servo. All right. So we've got the servo, and it says we need to bolt it inside of here. Where does the wires go? Is there enough of a gap, maybe, if I bend it? Let's see. Yeah, that works. Sorry, it's not exactly the best angle, I realize that, as far as camera angles go, but I don't know if I can, I don't know if there's much else I can do. Okay, so now we need 2 more of those little tiny self-tapping screws. And we will use this. Let's. Like all these weird bits, but none. It's way too. So I like this print. The only downside is that some of the bits stick in. They're really close together, and I kind of have big fingers, so it's hard for me to grab them. But there is little holes in the bottom. You can kind of punch them out. Jason, you printed weed whacker nylon. PC fan duct works more swell. Any tips for printing PC carbon fiber? I haven't done a whole lot of PC. I've been meaning to do a video on it. When I worked at Matter Hackers, I did print a little bit of PC on the, can you guys see what I'm doing a little bit? Yeah. So I did print a little bit of PC on the Raise Pro 2 that they had there. It's not. And the main things I remember were print very, very hot. I printed on glass, and I think it was just glass with glue stick, if I remember correctly, for adhesion. That is not. I'm damaging this bit. Or maybe I'm damaging the actual screw. Okay, we'll see. What else? Yeah, I think we capped out the hot end. I'm pretty sure we printed it right around 300 Celsius. It also depends if it's true PC. I know you said PC. Let's see if I keep doing this, if it just keeps working. I know you said PC carbon fiber, but a lot of the PCs are blends. So some of the blends are definitely going to be easier to print with, and also not, some of them won't require you to print at 300 Celsius. But for like true PC, you got to print that stuff stupid hot. Okay, that's mostly in. I think I need to use, let's see, is this too big? I definitely want the servo to be attached well, because if it has any wiggle, it's gonna screw things up later on, but it seems like it attached pretty well. Let me do a couple more turns on this side. ASA tends to be more hygroscopic than ABS. Oh, interesting. I've never had any moisture issues with ASA or ABS. It was always just nylons and TPUs and PVAs, and then once we moved towards the beach, before we lived here now, I haven't done much PTG here. I've been drying it at least. PTG became really problematic. Okay, so we just used 2 little self-tapping screws on both sides of this to basically mount the servo in place. So that was step 1. Step 2 says use an M3 by 8mm. It looks like it's a socket head. I should have grabbed all the screws yesterday, so I'm assuming this is an M3 by 8. I should have my little ruler I can measure. Oh, we need to do the giveaway. Let's do 3-minute countdown on the giveaway. If you have not entered in, enter in now, and we'll draw a winner. Just want that good enclosure temp, nice and yeah, definitely. Enclosure's a must for PC. Otherwise, it's gonna be a nightmare. The Pro 2 didn't have an actively heated chamber, but we definitely let the heat build up quite a bit. Okay, so this is saying to screw a screw into here, into the probe arm. Okay, so we're gonna be screwing this little screw into here, which I'm assuming is going to be to help the magnet on the side stay in place. Actually, I need a different driver. Yeah. There we go. I'm almost positive that's what this screw's for. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's, again, it'd be nice to just look up at the TV. I'm gonna talk to Erin, see what she says. Maybe I can get one of those Prime Day ones. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's all that's gonna do, is it's gonna be for the side magnet when it docks, so that way it actually stays in place. I will keep these in mind. Yeah, you see the crazy deal with the S2. I ordered the S2 deal yesterday. It was 2 S2s and 3 spools of PLA for like $8. Pretty sure it's fake. Pretty sure it's not gonna ship, but 3D Printing Deals posted it, and I was like, nah, there's no way. I was watching Umbrella Academy with Erin, and was like, hold on, let me do this really quick. Tell Erin I'm sorry about the new TV, the couch will have to wait. I try to stay away from spending money. Yeah, if it's actually legit, I'll probably end up doing a giveaway for the drives or something like that. We'll see. It would probably be US only though, just because. I didn't think it was legit, Alien. I still don't think it's legit. Like, I know it went through, but it hasn't shipped yet. So I'm not convinced it's legit. And I also, it was such a like quick thing. I was on my phone and happened to see it on Twitter. Yeah, I think they're gonna cancel it as well. I more did it like for the meme of it to see if it was actually true, but I have a feeling that all the orders are gonna be canceled and refunded. Okay, so going back to here, we have got that installed. So now we need to get the arm, and it says use the small screw provided with the servo to secure the arm in place. So let's do that. Oh, we need, no, we need to do the giveaway. 60 seconds. If you have not entered into the giveaway, it's pinned in chat. And we're giving away a spool of Polymaker filament. It's PLA, what did we say? PLA, ASA, PTG, ABS, and you can choose the color, shipping international, so sign up. Yeah, I think it'll be canceled. Yeah, I am a really big scatterbrain, except it's really weird. I'm either major scatterbrain or the most focused person ever, but it has to be something I'm super interested in, and I can't have distractions. Like late at night, if I'm editing or working on a project, I can just sit there for like 3 hours and crank out things. But the world has to be quiet, and it has to be just a singular task that I'm super engaged in. All right, let's go ahead and I'm gonna unpin the form. Remove. We have, how many people have entered in? 54. Definitely better odds than last week. I think last week we were at like 97. So everyone that entered in will have a good time. That's an ADHD. Yeah, I was hanging out with a bunch of my coworkers at Lightburn, and they kind of talk fairly openly about ADHD stuff. And there's a lot of similarities where I'm like, like the things you're saying make a lot of sense because I can relate to all these things. Okay. We are going to copy everyone's name in. Let's go to Wheel of Names. Better odds on Nero too because he had, holy crap, yeah, way better odds. That is a downside of the channel growing and the streams growing, is that it makes it tougher for people to win giveaways. So, okay, so we are going to shuffle. There is 54 entries, which I think is what I said. 1 second here. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, 54 is everybody. Yep, we're good. Okay, desktop again. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. All right, take a sip of water one last time. Good luck, everybody. Huge thank you again to Polymaker for making this possible. And If you don't win and you're interested in trying out some Polymaker filament, which it is amazing filament, there is a link in the description, and it does also support the channel. So 3, 2, 1, yeah, reverse psychology, go. Hey, CNC maker. Chikaro was super close. I know Chikaro won the Voron tile that I had made before. CNC maker, I feel like you won one of the 1,000 subscriber ones, right? Yeah, Dane was super close. Congrats, CNC. I think I'll email you. I don't think we chat very much on Discord. So, excuse me. I will shoot you an email later on today. And, man, Dr. Pepper's come back. Congratulations. We'll do a little bit of the confetti. I like the weekly confetti, crowd cheering. I will send you an email later on today then with the forms, so that way you can decide what filament and what color you want. And you're in the States, so shipping, unless it's out of stock, should be really, really quick, which is awesome. Wait, I moved for a DQ. Yeah, I got the input shipper thing. Going to use it shortly. I finally finished my. Oh, nice. Yeah, so I will again send you an email later on. Then congratulations. Okay, let's continue on this for a bit. I can't say that it's taking longer than I thought it would take because I didn't have any real expectations as to how long this was going to take mod-wise. But I am really happy. Like progress-wise, so far things have been really smooth. So I'm gonna definitely go for a bit longer. I might grab another Dr. Pepper in a second, so that way I get a little bit more energy. Oh, Alien. Man, Alien would be the referee that would, well, technically. Okay, so let's see, what's next? Let's go back to side camera. We are going to use, it says, use the small screw that's included with the servo, which I'm assuming it's one of these little plastic, use a small screw. Maybe it's this little guy, because I don't think you'd use one of these plastic or self-tapping screws. So we're gonna use this, and it looks like technically correct is the best kind of correct. Yeah, let's try this. So it looks like this is going to be the screw that goes into... I'm going to just screw it in a little bit and make sure that it's biting. Yeah, that seems correct. Yeah, that's definitely going to be the screw. Okay, so we will go through the bottom of this. It's kind of an ugly printed part. On what printer did you print the green parts and what filament? This was printed on the Bamboo X1. I did print out... Is that... No, I'm doing that backwards. I did print out these little parts on the Delta printer from last week, the V400. The Bamboo Lab printer, for some reason, at least with ABS, does create some gaps in the top layer, and I've told them about it since the beginning. I mentioned it in my review too, but it's something with their slicing algorithm, and I've been able to compensate by printing with slightly wider layer lines, and it usually works for most parts, but for some reason these little guys, I was having issues. So the filament is a limited run filament. Jason's taking off. All right, I suppose I should actually leave work and go home. Thanks for hanging out, man. Have a great night. So yeah, let me show you. So it was a limited run based off of a rigid ink filament that used to exist. And I think, let's see. It was this, Fusion Filament Klee Green. I don't think they're making it again. I could be wrong. Let's see if Fusion has it. Oh, rigid green. Yeah, this is it. So they call it rigid green after the rigid ink that it's a 1-to-1 match of. I don't think Fabrico's getting more of it. Don't quote me on that though. But it's awesome stuff. It is really, really awesome stuff. It's just a super pretty green. Okay, so let's see. I think that this should pop in. There we go. Okay. Sick. So this is a tight fit. And then the screw goes on top. Hopefully I've got a screwdriver I can screw this in. Well, this is just to secure it in place. There we go. Let's try this. Cool. Well, that feels pretty secure. I'm getting hungry actually. I think I'm going to get another Dr. Pepper. I didn't truly finish this one, but I think I need a little bit more energy and I also need some sustenance. Alien, I totally get it. No, it's, I mean, normally I stream like 2-ish to 3-ish hours and I feel like this will probably go on for a while longer. So I'm going to continue streaming because I really want to get this done. And next week we're doing the CNC machine. So I want to go a little bit longer, but I'm going to get some soda. I'm going to get a granola bar or something like that. And I'll be back for at least a little bit longer, guys. So, but yeah, I get it. Alien, thanks for hanging out and enjoy your dinner. But I'll be right back, everyone, okay? Let me take my mic off for like 2 seconds. You can come hang out. Well, Delilah's in here. She doesn't like when I talk really loud from the stream, but she wanted to hang out, so she's under the desk. Okay. I had some waffles earlier before the stream, but like it is 3:30. What time? I don't even know what time it is here. I think it's 3:30. And yeah, it's 3:30. And my little Eggo waffles are not cutting it. Plus, streaming takes a lot of energy out of me. So usually I was on a we were on a Cliff Bar kick before, but I don't have any. We got Hell's Canyon jalapeno. Thought they were gonna be really spicy with a name like that. They're not. Just have really good flavor. So I'm gonna inhale this Kind Bar, and then we'll continue on. There shouldn't be very much. I lied. We have to mount it in the tool head too. Chief Funny or DC or anyone that's running a Klicky, did you glue the magnets in place or were they just pressure fit? If you glued them in place, what did you use? Because I've seen both. Some definitely say glue, some don't really say anything. This is pretty much the only glue that I have. It's a super thin CA glue, like really, really runny. I think it'll probably be fine. Okay, CA glue, okay. Does the glue have any effect on the continuity, or do the wires come in from a different part of it? I glue for sure. I've had issues with it. Okay, all right, I'm gonna glue then. I don't want to deal with that. Okay. Okay, two chips, and yeah, that's my concern, CNC, is that because of how runny this stuff is, it's really difficult for me to not instantly get it on everything. I'll do my best. Okay. Wipe the magnets before apply the glue. All right, so let's see. If I remember correctly, Nero didn't use any glue. Interesting. I might, we'll see. Because on these ones, on the actual little block, it had me printed at 0.12 layer height. So the tolerances, I don't think it'll be very tight. While on the other part that I printed on the Bamboo Labs printer, it was printing at like warp speed. And so I have a feeling that I wouldn't have to use it. Do I have acetone handy? I do in the garage. Oh, we'll see. I might be fine. We'll give it a go. Okay, so that's good. Use to install inside the bed. Okay, so let's get this installed. SwitchWire is coming back. You don't want to be in here, huh, Delilah? What is this? Oh, no, I don't know what it's pivoting on, but I don't like it. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be installed. Front side of the bed, it looks like. Let me let Delilah out. Look at her. She's like, let me out. You don't want to be in here, huh? You want to go outside? You want to go outside? She doesn't want to hang out. Okay, so this should be mounting basically right underneath the block. So right, oh, these wires are gonna be in the way, aren't they? I guess I could just do that. Interesting. guess it'll work. Someday we'll have a way to pet dogs. That'll be amazing. Had one with super glue fail. Interesting. I don't have epoxy. You mean like a JB Weld type thing or what? Like a T-part? I don't have anything like that. Okay, so bed's going all the way forward. Let's grab. This guy. All right, so I'm dropping, I know this isn't the best camera angle. You actually can't see anything, can you? Just dropping a M5 3030, one of these spring T-nuts inside here. Okay, and then we're going to take, we're going to take an M5 by 10. Oh, that's kind of cool. There's a, I should probably do this right now, actually. So on the inside of this little, oops, servo holder, I don't know how well you can see that. There is a little notch for a zip tie. So I'm actually going to bend the wires back around that and then use that zip tie really quickly, so that way when it comes time to wire it, I'm not struggling to do that. Yeah, 5-minute epoxy. Wouldn't it just be easier for the Klicky to have a cover or something like that? It seems the magnets drop out a lot. There is a version. I saw it earlier today, actually. It's the actual Klicky. Yeah, so it looks like there is a version. This is the version. It says Klicky NG, new enclosed magnet probe. There wasn't a version for this one, but yeah, there is. So, okay, let me really quickly zip tie this. All right, nothing fancy, just so that way it at least stays in that direction. I'm gonna end up feeding it, I'm going to end up feeding it through the same hole back here that the Z-Min switches that we just installed. Okay, so now let's drop that screw in here. Hey, Babe's in chat. Hi, Aaron. Feels weird calling you my name. Hi, Babe. Hi, Nuno. Okay, so let's mount this in place. I'm just gonna mount it right beneath the, she's laughing. She said he called me by my name. Okay, so right now I mounted it right beneath the rail stopper, but it says that we want the servo arm to be like right aligned with the bed, so we need to drop it, or I need to drop it. So let's loosen it. I don't want it bending like that. That seems pretty good. Okay. All right, so yeah, now when the arm comes out, it feels pretty close to being like riding on top of the, yeah, I don't think I can go any lower than that. I think it'll rub too much on that. So yeah, basically this should pop out. And then this will get picked up by the hot end. I'm very excited to see this in action. Do JB Weld so magnets don't fall off. Is it really that? Does this not go? I don't know what temperature this stuff's good up to. I don't have any JB Weld at all. I mean, I guess it shouldn't be that hard. Like, if for some reason the magnets do fall out, then I could always go JB Weld at that point. I don't think it wouldn't require that much more work at that point. You haven't seen the, there's like the Hump Day commercial with the camel? Me and Aaron always reference it. And it goes like, Mike, 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 Mike. And yeah, Hump Day, it's like, it's supposed to be positive because you're like halfway to Friday or you're over the hump. Do I have Loctite? I might. I'll do some looking. Okay, so we've installed it. It says align the bed surface with the servo holder. We did that. Okay, now probe assembly. So let's grab video unavailable. Okay. What the heck? That sucks. There's a video on how to assemble. So the thing I don't know, as far as this little piece, do I need to... Okay. So I know I need to take the top little arm. I dropped a small screw. I know I need to take the top arm off of the limit switch, so we can start by doing that. I should be able to just hopefully bend it with my... Okay, that is tougher than I was expecting. Please don't break. There we go. Okay, so took the arm off. So now the limit switch itself should be prepped. But based off what I'm seeing here, there's 2 holes inside of this printed part, but there's 3 legs on this. So is it standard practice that you need to bend / cut off the middle one? Should be able to use silicone as well, it's just messy. I have mine super glued, no issues, magnets falling out. Yeah, I might just do the glue route. It's what I've been using for all of, I know it's just like the panels and stuff. And it's not so close to the hot end, but I haven't had any issues. So we'll see though, I'll do a quick search. I just don't think I have very much. Will that print last long term being a few millimeters from the bed? It should. I mean, it's ABS, so temperature-wise, it shouldn't get... It should be fine. Although that's a good point. Sitting there at 110 or 100 C. Yeah, it should be fine. I guess if anything happens... then we can figure that out. One thing I do want to do though is go over to the Klicky repository and Klicky Probe. Just see what they show because they're gonna have way better documentation. So it says maybe you need to clear the holes for the micro switch. A drill should be fine. It's all micro switch so that the arrows. Hey Kenny. Annex quick draw. Okay. How you doing, buddy? I'm doing good. Just trying to install this servo arm onto this 3D printer, which is something completely different than I've done before. Okay, quick draw. Magprobe. Summarized, the Magprobe is a micro switch that can dock and undock the tool head. I have 160 hours on my thing. I'm gonna say it hasn't melted. Good, I just got to work. Nice. You got any plans for the night? It doesn't say anything about that middle leg. I'm thinking I cut it. I mean, it's not gonna fit into this slot. One second. Okay, Klicky Probe, objectives, print settings, required parts, bill of materials, assembly. Okay, maybe need to clear the holes, drill should be fine. Install a micro switch so the arrows on the probe are pointing in the lever of the switch. Then take your self-tapping screws. Okay, and then the magnets come in. So we do this first and then we do the magnets. So let's drop it. I'm just gonna take some of these flush cutters. You cut it off? Okay. Actually, no, I'm not really hungry though, so that may change. I just inhaled a granola bar and a couple of potato chips. I think actually, tonight, Erin doesn't usually like hot dogs very much, but she was saying she wanted them, so I think I'm gonna make hot dogs. Okay, so yeah, that was really simple. Just cut off the center leg, which is the leg we're not gonna be using. And then hopefully I can just, does it matter which direction? I'm assuming it does. Yes, it does. So switch needs to go like this. Please, please just fit in. Yes. Nice. All right. Switch is in the printed part, and now we're going to use, I'm assuming it's the, yeah, self-tapping screws. So we will take out 2 more of these. Oh, pizza sounds so good. We did find a good pizza place out here, G Funny. It's way different than, like, the pizza place that we really liked out by us before was like super greasy pizza, but it was so good. Like, we'd get it with ranch. This place we found out here, it's like a completely different style of pizza. It's definitely more on like the fancy pizza, but man, it's just so freaking fresh. We've gotten it twice actually already. Oh, that went in easier than I expected. Ah, pizza sounds so good. I feel like the second I get done here, I'm probably gonna go make hot dogs or something. All right, probe is in. We've got the 2 screws installed for that. That was not too difficult. After some of the probe, check continuity. Follow this from SideSwipe's GitHub. Let's see. Troubleshooting. Wait, so it doesn't say. So my next question is, like, obviously magnets are going to be dropped into here. There's the 2 legs of the limit switch right there. Should I be bending those legs inside of these channels or what? I mean, I'm assuming that the magnets won't fit with the way it currently looks. Let's see, if continuity test fails for the probe block, the top 2 magnets can be removed by using included holes. So drill bit, place, continuity test fails, complete assembly. Orientate so the clicky part is as close to the nozzle as possible. If it's tight, don't force it, you can crush the switch. Yeah, it's the magnet part that I'm not understanding. There was a video, but there's no longer video. Notice this alternative. Self-tapping screws. Notice there is an alternative method to install the magnets that seems to improve fitting and results. Please read the instructions until the end. Before placing the magnets, use some super glue. Oh, interesting. No, so they just have the legs pressed to the side, which is completely different than the way this is. This is really interesting. Yeah, I'm bending the legs. I think on SideSwipe, you did bend them. Okay. Yeah, there's not like I'm looking at this image right here. There's clearly a, you know, a gap beside them. There's a gap beside it, but on this there's no gap. Okay, let me see if I can even get these magnets in. So I'm just like, do I go for it and just glue it in now, or? It's a really tight fit. I honestly think I might just pressure fit them in for right now, at least on this side. Because this does not want to go in. Dan says he's going to barbecue hot dogs. I can't wait. Yeah, I think what I might do is use this as sort of like an experiment for right now. Again, this is a very tight fit. I'm almost thinking I might need to get my like vice grips. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I think I'm in the garage. I'll be right back. Chili. No, just relish hot dog. We got, I'm gonna chop up some onion, then mustard, ketchup, relish, and yeah, that's probably it. One sec. Gotta grab a tool from the garage. I know. Yeah, a Chicago dog sounds really good to me. Chicago dog. What? Oh yeah, Chicago dog sounds great. I'm getting hungry, clearly. Yeah, Chicago dogs are absolutely my favorite. Don't glue it until you test it first. Okay, I'm just gonna see if I can pressure fit these in. I mean, I can always print out more. I've got an insane amount of magnets. Just the way the body is on this, it's a little interesting to me how this is going to. I also don't want to smash the switch. Yeah, that was a tough fit. I may have crushed the switch. Rip. Sounds like the switch is still working. I just don't understand how, like, well, I've got another one of these to actually print out a spare. But the thing I'm not understanding is, like, this is the bottom of it, right? It's the exact length of the magnet. Like, it's the channel is the exact size of the magnet. So the legs, you either, like, I tried bending them down, but they're almost too long where they don't bend flush. So it's a little bit like confusing. Let's see real quick. Fast and simple bit probing for printers. Interesting. Has a pressing frame that protects the switch when... Still sounds like the click is working. But yeah, that I'm definitely gonna want to replace this one. Yeah, I don't fully understand the design of this bottom piece. Well, I think that's okay. I think it will be okay. But again, I still think that I'll end up replacing this. Don't you wrap the wire around? You don't do anything with the wire on this one, right? I'm pretty sure the wire is only for the part that actually goes into the tool head. I hope I'm not wrong in saying that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that the magnets are basically what's the conductive between the two, and so you only need the wires on up to the tool head. Wires for, yeah, that's what I figured, tool head side. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of bummed about the crush limit switch. Not that I wasn't warned, but when I redo this, I'm probably gonna just order another switch or two after this stream to at least get them on the way. It takes a while to get from DigiKey. But when I redo it, I'm probably, well, I'll look at what you sent G-Funny after, but pressing down seems much better than using the vice grips or the... Okay, so that's the way that needs to go. Interesting. Now that there's some weight here, I might need to raise this up a little bit, but we'll see. Something tells me that I'm probably going to screw around all this later on offline. Oh yeah, the magnet force themselves apart because they're in reverse polarity. Well, I will say that out of our list for the day, the first part of it was beautiful. Nope, not Daniel. Done. That worked well, that worked well, that worked well. And then I figured the clicky stuff would be tricky. Mostly the servo side more than the magnet side of things though, but let me see what's left on the hardware side for here. So here it says, the carriage mount is remixed from Klicky mod. It uses 2224 ohm wire. Make sure you have enough copper exposed to make good contact. insert the magnets and test the continuity. So wires go in through the front portion. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. Just because I need quite a bit of brain focus for this, especially because I'm gonna have to take apart the tool head, I believe, to mount this in. So I'm probably gonna screw around with it a bit offline. I'm hoping that I'm not entirely convinced that I didn't damage. The probe is the hard part. Dock is cake. Just be sure the magnets are correctly aligned to mount the probe. Yeah, I'm hoping, but I'm not entirely convinced that this probe or this switch is even going to work after being crushed. Like, it seems like I hear a slight click, but it'll be interesting. So I'm going to order pretty much instantly. I know, Alien. I broke it when you left, man. It was my rebellious act. So I'm gonna order a couple more switches just to get them on the way, and then I'll probably screw around with this a little bit later on tonight and over the next couple of days myself. And read through the documentation, like both the stuff that G20 sent me and sort of this a little bit more, because it just wasn't very straightforward. And when I looked at this mod a while ago, there was also a bit more like guidance in these videos on how to assemble the different parts, and for whatever reasoning, all the videos are unavailable now, so I don't have that information anymore. Hey, what's up, Brant? But yeah, I think hot dogs are calling. So I think we'll end it here. We did make a lot of progress though. We got the enclosure removed. We got the cable chain on the X carriage removed, so that way we now have the full travel length. We got the Z limit switch installed and configured clipper. Well, that needs to go higher because now the probe can't hit. And started working on the actual dock itself. But I'm gonna play around with it, do a little bit more digging, and then hopefully by next week, oh, Pi, if you have any of the extra little switches for the Klicky Probe, specifically, the one that this calls for is Omron D2F-5, or the ones I got, which were -5L. They just basically had the arm on them. I will absolutely be super grateful for one or two, if you have two, just to have a specific one. Is this a different Klicky? I'm down to about 10 at the moment. Could you spare one or two of them, Pi? I still might order some to have. Oh, you're in Oregon? You're my neighbor. I'm in Idaho now. Yeah, there's the unclicky, which uses magnets, but this one uses a physical switch. Okay, sweet. Well, I'm probably going to do that, or I'm probably going to pick that up off you, Pi, if you're cool with that. Then, and then it'll give me an excuse to get you all the stickers from Murph. Then, but yeah, I think this one I crushed, and I would like, if you have one there in front, like on one of your machines, I'd love to see. I'd love to see it in front of me because I've actually never seen it in action. So, only 400 miles or so. Well, it depends, I guess, where. Oh no, you're right. Even though on the way into Idaho, we passed through a little bit of Oregon. But anyways, today's stream was awesome. I knew today's stream was going to be tough because I just haven't done any modding of the Vorons or like some of this specific clip related things, which is why I think I even titled the stream Attempting Magprobe Mod, because the goal was the Magprobe, but I just had a feeling that we'd run into some hurdles. But hopefully by next week, when we do the CNC build on stream, I will have this working. That's the goal. And I'm just super excited to get this SwitchWire like actually printing, since I got it done. Had some issues with the inductive probe, and then it got damaged and moving. So it'll be nice to have this up and working, and then working, starting to move on to the next project. So yeah, you are far then, Scott. What CNC? It is, I pulled it up earlier on stream. It is this one. Desktop. So it's all aluminum, which is cool. It comes with just a weak little spindle, which will be fine for, you know, learning the machine and doing some acrylics and woods. But if I want to do some aluminum, you can also throw a full-blown router. Brent says, you'll figure it out, and I can use this video as reference. Yeah, I thank you, Brent. I appreciate the positivity. I have no doubt I'll figure it out. I just know that, like, a lot of times when I do things for the first time, it's a lot of trial and error, which I knew this was going to be. I just know that with the amount of things in front of me that still need to get done to get this working, that I should pause. Like, it's a good break off point, and then come back and revisit, because things have gone so successfully. I mean, I could probably, even at this point, wire in the servo and start playing around with the macro to see if I can get the positioning right on the servo arm. But anyways, on that note, I'm going to end the stream. Hey, Zach, we're actually ending the stream right now. But thanks for stopping by. Yeah, next week we will start around the same time, and we will get the CNC machine built, and we'll build it in here, and we'll do like, we'll see if we can run like one small job on, I actually saved the, I saved the acrylic from the original SwitchWire panel, and I've got, I think, some wood laying around somewhere. So we'll do a little bit in here, but yeah, I agree. Most of the CNC stuff is gonna be in the garage, otherwise it's gonna be an absolute dusty mess in here, and I'll be really bummed out. So, but yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. I will see everyone hopefully next Wednesday. Thank you for GFunny for all of the gifted memberships, everybody for the donations, and everyone for hanging out and commenting. And if you have not, hit the like button. And yeah, we will pick up next week, and hopefully I'll have some, starting out with some updates on the SwitchWire next Wednesday, and then we'll get right into the CNC machine. So have a wonderful week, and I will see everybody later on. Bye. I realized I wasn't full screen. Have a great week, everybody.